Mann, ich bin's wieder, Käse, neue Haare. Hier mit meinem Let's Play von Felix Wright, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Und wir machen weiter mit diesem Fall. Und Norma de Plume steht vor Gericht mit ihrer Zeugenaussage von wegen dem Orca und ja. Ach, machen wir einfach weiter. Ich bin verwirrt. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh! 1 year ago? That's right! Yes, that's it! That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book. That book! The killer whale! That's Mr. Plume's latest work! I was just thinking of picking that up. Okay. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she accused in this case. That orca killed 2 people? That thing is a mean. It's guilty, guilty, I say. I never want to get a beach again. What? Jo, tschüss. Da geht er einfach. No, now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. Phoenix, Athena, you got believing Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her, please, I'm begging you. Sasha. What am I doing? Doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this court on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. No, du süßes kleines Tier! We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, Wright, Donna? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So, allow me to fill you in. Do you have any ideas why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So, killer whales really are killers! What terrifying creatures indeed! I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer Can you, your oldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know? Do Lord, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well. I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, swear no quarter and lay the full truth in them. Oh, but of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well! Mr. Plume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard! Na dann, wir dürfen gespannt sein. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate head and victim came floating up, I let out a scream! So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago! That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible! I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statement with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed the contradiction between the testimony and her emotions. You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. Now, scratching that, make it, we'll definitely be able to. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. Okay, then mood matrix. Activate. Los geht's. Okay, da ist sie noch ganz ruhig. Oh, as I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. Schönes Bild vor allem, wie der Orca singt. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Okay. When the pirate head and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Okay. Okay, sie war also angeblich ruhig, wenn Orla angefangen hat hier mit ihrer Kopfnussattacke. Wenn das wirklich so ist, warum dann diese übergroßmäßige Angst? You make no sense, woman! Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, did she? Don't be absurd! I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid of some reason while it was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we hadn't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. Oh! friend. Wow. Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That's what certainly explained what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Cease and desist at once! What kind of man shows a lady blood? Ugh, she doesn't have to get so worked up. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dono? What do we do now, boss? That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. So, let's delve a little deeper. You got it, boss! Good. Behavior was exactly the same. Cool. Start singing. Update. After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. But when the pirate-headed victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Okay, seht ihr das auch? Ihr seht das. Ich meine, wenn man sich das hier mal anguckt. Die Angst ist richtig übertrieben groß aufgrund des Blutes. Einfach weil sie ja kein Blut sehen kann. Aber hier, laut ihrer Aussage, blutet das Opfer immer noch. Aber ihre Angst hat sich vermindert. Why is that? Huh? Her fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I was shaking after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? Simple! It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put their head on, the cloud of blood disappeared. Objection! Moment, was? And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw actually coming from? Wenn also hier der Hut aufgesetzt wurde und dadurch eine Blutung gestoppt wurde, Dann kann es nicht hier das Opfer gewesen sein, sondern es war Ola. Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool besides the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool after all. What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Ola's head. What? The orca's head? What are you prattling on about now? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is, the one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Na dann hätten wir das jetzt auch geklärt. We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from here. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty decisive for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise! The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's! That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder as she claims. Ha ha.
Objection.
Ach, was denn jetzt, Simon, du Spast? I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning? I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from eternal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you need a sharper blade than that, right, Donor? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. There must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred... Naja... Before the Plume saw it. If the victim was already dead when Ola started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Mr. Plume was watching her. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Das wäre... Naja, da muss man nochmal auf die Sicherheitskamera gucken, was es da noch so gibt. We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m. Which means there's still footage going farther back that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. All of the footage? Mr. Plume witnessed a cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m. But I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived? Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. You are quite a gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I've bet on slimmer chance before, but when he puts in that way... My boss is no coward, Blasikta Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh, I can't back down now. Athena! One of the defense is that confident in its importance. Blasikta Blackwell, the security footage. Full Wright. Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here. Very well, please play it for court. Please have something for me. This is what it looked like 10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. It appears Mr. Bloom hasn't arrived yet at this point. Now to see if I can't find something from before this point in time. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for? We got nothing. Well, right, Dono. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I'd better think about it carefully. In the footage we see, erfahren wir beim nächsten Mal. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung immer gern gesehen. Das war's von meinerseits und wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Sehr geil!